Hi, and welcome to a trade of the day for the 15th of October. My name's Tom. I'm a senior trading analyst here at Trend Signal, and I have a short trade for you here, short in both nature and time duration, I guess, on the pound versus the USD using our end of day system. For a little bit of context, we've been trading the market since 2003 and teaching people to trade the exact style that we've mastered at this point. This trade in front of me, you can see it's a trade immediately by the sniper disc presented on the screen, this big red circle. There's a few extra factors in here that tell us about the trade. I'll go through them in just a second. But for most people, when they're first starting with the sniper, they're going for a couple of basic things. Is there a trade? How do I place the trade? And how long do I run it for? We use the trade mate tool to tell us this. So you can put in your account size here. I've got a modest £500. Of course, you can use a higher size if you so wish. But so we use a 2% risk as standard. Now we have a passive stop loss suggested by the system and a starter target suggested by the system. In this case, we're looking at 111 pip stop loss versus a 50 pip take profit, which you can see we have 1 day of trading, and on the second day we hit our target and the trade continues to move, but it's largely been bouncing back and forth, testing essentially at the level that we took first profit. So as the time I'm recording this, we're at exactly the same point. We've just retraced any further movement down. As you get more into the system, though, you'll start to look for additional factors. So I'll list them off quickly. We have a grey sniper disc. This is telling us it's a continuation of momentum. You can actually see this elsewhere on the chart. We have this blue line turn over to orange. This is what we call the intermediate trend. Turning in line to orange means that we're favouring a short position, which is in favour of this trade to start with. We just colour code the snipers. It makes it a bit easier to see at first glance. We also have MT and WT standing for monthly trend and weekly trend. Which means that where we've got a couple of extra factors supporting this, in addition, two more I will say, vector average from green to red, trend signal line from green to red. We've got basically 5 out of 7 things telling us that this is a really good opportunity to get into. So we'd look to go for an extended target instead. And what we can do with this particular version of the strategy is we scale down our stop loss until we're at least a minimum of 40 pips. So what you'd be looking to do is go past the semi-aggressive to the aggressive stop at 41.3. The reason being simply you do not need to give the market that much room to breathe, and it's going to amp up the actual kind of percent returns you'd see on your account. In this case, following the more advanced preset, it's 41.3 pips as a stop loss, 80 pips as an extended profit target, which gives us about a 4% return on this trade, which also actually occurs on the second day of trading, so it takes no longer to do so. If you want to see how to trade this system, take more trades like this, and more importantly, I suppose, see us actually take a couple of positions live, we will be doing a session tomorrow at 10:30. There'll be a form around this video. Please join us and we'll walk you through the entire process. But to put this into context, as I say, it's about a 4% return on your account using a 2% risk. But 80 pips, if you're trading at £1 per pip, it's £80. Now, of course, £2, 160, £4, 320. It scales up pretty quickly. It's just about doing it in a safe and effective way. Come and see us trade, and we'll teach you everything you need to know.